Anybody have too much drama in your life? Just a little too much stuff going on, a little too much stress? This is a really simple tool that I learned a couple of years ago about how to kind of monitor and control your brain and your stress. So if we all have a stress meter that looks like a clock and the clock is spinning around to the right, look at your situations where you have drama or stress and think, how far do I let that meter go before I stop it? Do I let it get up to 10? Or when I get to 50%, do I say, oh, that's enough? You know, how much time and energy are we wasting every day on these self-talk and these self-habits that we have where it's like, oh, I'm scared of this, or this isn't going to work out, the conference is going to be a flop, you know, we're going to have a stressful trip, the weather's hot, you know, all of these different things that maybe we don't have to worry about at all. And so if you use the roller coaster example as a story loop, you can get in the loop and you can go around and around and around and around. You can ride that ride free for the rest of your life. Or you've got the choice of when and how you want to stop it. You can say, you know, it's only human that I'm going to be stressed out and there's going to be a little bit of drama in my life, and what's my tolerance for that? So how far am I going to let this loop go before I have an acknowledging moment where I say, okay, stop, get it, I understand what's going on, that's enough. I'm just not going to let that story play in my head repeatedly over and over and over again. So we call it stopping the story loop. And then when you stop that story loop, you'll find you'll have a lot of time and energy for other stuff, right? So you have to figure out what's your new script, what's your new story, what are you going to do with that time and energy that you've got left over now, and how could you put that to productive use? Here's a statistic for you from Leadership Quarterly. It says that 42% of a manager's time is spent addressing conflict. So usually it's not the work itself that's the problem. Usually it's people. I mean, the work can be hard, the work can be challenging, but we're smart people, right? We can figure it out. When we get stressed out, it more or less has something to do with the other people that we're involved with in completing the task. You know, have you ever come into a new organization and brought your old habits with you where you thought previously, well, if I do X, Y, and Z, that's what works and that's what makes me successful. And then you move into an entirely different cultural environment and you're trying the X, Y, and Z, and they're going, nah. We use NLP over here. This is how we do things, and that's what matters to us. So know the model of success and find somebody who is successful and model your behavior after them. There's a guy I know, his name's Tony, another Italian guy, I guess, and he runs a Friday's restaurant where I usually eat every Tuesday night with a group of friends. And you know, we see them hustling around the kitchen, and we see them getting like a little frantic that the orders aren't coming out right. They're not coming out on time. You know, things are getting backed up. And he's coming in, and he's sitting down, and he's just chatting with us. You know, hey, how you guys doing? What's going on? And we're like, Tony, you run a restaurant where I can just imagine that it's constant stress. How do you deal with it, and how do you have a few minutes to come sit down with us and check in on us and see how we're doing? And here's what he said to me. He said, it's burgers and fries and nobody dies. It's burgers and fries and nobody dies. And isn't that the truth for most of the stuff that we're dealing with? You know, we can give it this role of super importance that weighs on us, but at the end of the day, his little boy survived brain cancer. You know, that's the stuff that matters in life. It's not the burgers and the fries and the conference or the outings or, you know, how we're getting along at work. So kind of keep a good perspective on everything. So if we talk for just a second about the difference between management and leadership, We look at the pyramid, and the pyramid starts out with kind of technical skill. So today, if you want a job, you come packing with all of the technical skills and abilities needed to do that job. And then there's those management skills, and those tend to be more project management rather than people management. So can I handle the budget? Did I get the schedule for the conference done? What time are we doing this? How many people are going to be here? How many chicken dinners did we order? So it can be a lot about producing results because the results are about task. As we move up into the leadership piece, we're doing more about interacting with people, influencing people, getting buy-in, getting likability and trust built, more so than tasks and results outcomes. Make sense? If you're not understanding the way somebody else is relating to you, there's probably something going on with them that you need to know. Take a look for a deeper answer as to why, if they're acting out of the ordinary. And put yourself in the lens of those others so that together we can create more win-win situations and be more successful at work and less stressed.